It's Tuesday, which means another episode of 2 Trades in 2 Minutes, where I try to find you 2 high-probability trading opportunities with little risk, and we get it all done in less than 2 minutes. Now, so far, I think 0 for 6 on getting this done in 2 minutes. I had a good feeling today. I think we're going to make it happen. So, market's pretty quiet today. If you missed it, the big news going on now is a monstrous downward revision on the jobs numbers. Essentially, when we get the jobs report, it's based on a bunch of surveys. 6 months later, we see the actual numbers that comes from the unemployment insurance. And if there's a discrepancy between those, they will revise the jobs number. Usually this is, okay, we're over 50 grand or under 50 grand. We just got a whopper of a revision. In fact, the biggest one since 2008. They just revised the jobs numbers. This is the numbers from April 2024 to March 2025. They revised them down by 911,000 jobs. So hugely overstated. Now, we're going to leave out the political ramifications of this for a minute and focus on why this matters to you and me. And here's why. This greatly increases the chance that the Federal Reserve not only cuts rates at the September 17 meeting, but does so by 50 basis points or more. You see, the Federal Reserve has 2 jobs. One is, of course, to keep control over inflation, raise rates when it gets too high and vice versa. The other part is to ensure a healthy labor market. And so while, yes, they do cut rates when inflation is now in control, they also have to cut rates when the labor market is weak. So we saw this in 2008. We saw it in 2020. And so now Powell is faced with very weak labor rate numbers. Inflation, it's a hair higher than he wanted, but still pretty much in control. So not only are we essentially guaranteed a September rate cut, a lot of traders are thinking we'll get 50, maybe 75 basis point cut. And that would put diesel fuel onto this monstrous fire stock market rally we've been in for the last year and a half or so. So I just want you to know what's going on. This is very bullish for stocks. I know it's weird to think job numbers were bad, so that's good for stocks. This is the world we live in. So let's look at this week's trades. I've got a 2-minute timer up, and let's begin. Now, the first stock is D-Wave Quantum, ticker QBTS. And quantum computing stocks were red hot at the beginning of this year. I've marked out here this trade we took in May. It broke out to the $8 level and catapulted 145% in just 2 weeks. And since that time, it's gone pretty quiet. It's been kind of shallowing, forming a base in here, but I think we have sort of an early entry in this stock right here above $16.40. And if you draw a line through right in this area here, 1640, 1650-ish area, what you'll notice is this has been support in July and August. It has been resistance, August and September. And so a breakout through this area, meaning buy when it breaks through $16.50 a share. We're looking for a retest at a highs and potentially a move higher. If I bought here, I'd be, again, buying it on a buy stop at $16.50. I'd put my stop loss just here beneath this swing low at around $14.80. Okay, so that's one, QBTS. It could be a monster if it runs, so anytime I get an opportunity, I want to be jumping on the stock. The next one I'm going to look at is LEU. This is Centrus Energy, a very strong nuclear stock. As you can see, it's been rallying the first half of this year as well. Much like the other stock we looked at, we saw this with a lot of the big growth names kind of pulled in July and August, setting up, consolidating. But look at it breaking out again through a little mini pivot here at about $215 a share. So the stock comes in, puts up right into this previous resistance area, tightens, nice and tight for 3 or 4 days, is breaking out right now. So this stock, I believe, buyable at current prices. My stop loss would be just here beneath the low of the day at around $199.50. Oh, so close in the 2 minutes. So this is going to imply a risk, assuming it sits where it's at, of about 8.5%, 9%. It's about as tight as you want to go. If you want to give it a little bit more room, you could bring your stop down here to 189-ish beneath that swing low to really give it a better chance to work. But we had a nice strong day, 7.5% on near the high, the highest volume we've seen in the last 5 or 10 days. So to me, I'm comfortable putting that stop right beneath the low of the day. If it's going to run, it should do so from here. So those are the two trades, one LEU, a nuclear stock, the other QBTS, which is D-Wave Quantum. And if you've not already done so, hit the subscribe button down there in the bottom corner. We put 2 new trades out every single Tuesday, in addition to other tips, strategies, stock advice, anything else I think can make you money. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next update.